Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on The Critic, starring Ian McKellen as a critic. I'm not sure the time period. I'm going to say the 40s. And this may be based on a true story. And it's about the ins and outs of the newspaper business and the scandal at the time. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. What's the name? I believe is it Stanley Tucci is in this? I think so. But Ian McKellen is the critic. Hey! He's the critic, Joe. There you go. He's the critic, and he is merciless in his critiques of various drama. There's Ben Barn. And Alfred Enoch. Mark Strong, that's who it is. Mark Strong. It's not Turturro. It's Mark Strong. And it's all about how a toxic atmosphere develops in and around the critic because he doesn't like anything that gets him more reviews. Being mean, just like on YouTube, gets you more views. And so the critic uses that. But then one day a new guy takes over the newspaper and says, hey, back off. And here the actress confronts him one day and says, why are you doing this to me? Maybe he doesn't like her. Maybe he's just doing it because he's catty. He's also playing a gay guy in an era where most gay guys were deep in the closet. So Mark Strong and him go at it. Strong runs the paper, but as he says, he is the paper because people read it for his reviews. But when Strong suggests that he back off, and he won't, then Strong comes at him in his personal life, or somebody does. Possibly the actress, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who comes at him about his personal life. And when that comes up, he has to be on hiatus for a month, and then he plots his revenge. And then his revenge is he's trying to find the weakness of Mark Strong, finds out that his wife is essentially, she's not comatose, but she's crippled to the point where she can't walk. She's bedridden, essentially. And he is enamored with one of the hot actresses he's been criticizing. So he cuts a deal with her and basically says, be his mistress, and then I'll make you a star. And so he does that to get at Mark Strong. So it sounds like it could be a modern takedown of the media, but set in a past era, because that's exactly what kind of the YouTubers do, Joe. They get very nasty, and that gets them clicks. But ultimately, it's like, what are you reading? So, first act, Ian McKellen is sort of the king of the newspaper, and then he gets called out for being too mean. He doesn't want to change. Second act, he gets called out for his life, being gay, and has to sort of take a back seat in terms of attention. Then he goes after Mark Strong, sets him up with this actress, and then, I think the ending is going to be something like Ian McKellen gets his comeuppance. So Ian sets all this stuff up to bring down Mark Strong, but it somehow backfires in his face. Or maybe he gets what he wants and then feels like he's empty inside. Something like that. And maybe it's more of an emotional turnover. Like, yeah, he wins, but he doesn't feel any better. So, Ian McKellen, I mean, just a great actor. You know, guys this old, they're so on the top of their game sometimes. He is definitely an example of that. Mark Strong's no slouch, certainly. The rest of the cast looks solid. I think this will be good. Now, will it hit with audiences? Well, it is a drama, so it may kind of hit in the way I just described, in that it's about media, even though it takes place in another era, that maybe people will just sort of get it, and kind of apply it to the modern day, but I don't know. Let's read the write-up. The Critic is the story of ambition, blackmail, and desire with a dazzling anti-hero at its dark heart. A whodunit wrapped in a Faustian pack which winds tighter and tighter. Patrick Marber adapted the script from Anthony Quinn's novel. Oh, okay, so this is based on a novel. It felt kind of like a novel. So maybe this is based on something that actually happened. It sounds very realistic. So, yeah. Yeah, I would see this. I would definitely see it on streaming. Solid date movie. Absolutely solid date movie. Because I think it's something, both people in the couple would enjoy if you like movies like this. It's a little... I would say the intrigue appeals a little more towards women, but I think in general it just seems like a good drama and seems pretty intense. So I think you can both kind of enjoy it, and it's not particularly dark in the fact that it'll be depressing. There's dark and then there's dark depressing. This won't be dark depressing. It'll just be dark. You'll be like, oh, that guy. But since it's so disconnected from you, you're not going to sort of apply it to yourself kind of thing. Whereas some movies that are just dark and depressing are just kind of sad. And it's not just full of a bunch of murders. It's like a play. It's kind of like a play. So, yeah. It's called The Critic. And here he is. He eventually gets arrested for being gay, but he uses his various connections to get out. And it's about corrupting power. How it corrupts everybody, I think. Even the hero. So, nobody walks away clean in this movie. I think everybody gets their comeuppance. So, interesting. I think it could be good. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the other 3 platforms. You know what they are. The big ones. Not messing around with the little platforms. The green one, the orange one, and the black one. The links are in the description. What's coming up? Let's see. Thursday, I'm going to do a July 4th live stream, I think. Yeah. So if you're around, you want to hang out. I don't know what we'll talk about. Maybe we'll talk about movies. I kind of did American movies last year, so maybe we'll talk about something else. Maybe we'll just do a grab bag of stuff. Then on Sunday, I will be at the I Heart Horror Convention, the one that was postponed from June. And that's from 4 to 8 or 9. And they're expecting some rain, but I don't think it'll be too bad. That's up in Manawan. So come out for that if you're around. Hope to see you there, and we'll see you. Say it with me.